This is Cusp of Beauty Tarot, and I'm sorry for the delay. I'm like a week plus late after the new year, posting for January. So today's the 9th. I'm posting for January 9th through February 9th. We're going to do a love reading if that's what shows up for you, a relationship reading of some sort. And this is Cusps, and this one is for Virgo Libra. So Virgo Libra, we're going to see what's going on for you and your person. I'm going to clarify, and then I'm going to pull some other oracles and twin flame messages just in case you feel that you're in that frame of mind. So what's going on for Virgo Libra? Hope everybody had a nice new year. Please subscribe if you're inclined. I do a lot of cusp readings when I do them, and sometimes pick a pile and sometimes straight up astrology, sometimes just different things. So this is Virgo Libra, and it could be that somebody is concerned about making a start or coming forward, Fool in reverse, and yet the other person really wants to offer forgiveness or love or just kind of a romantic gesture. So it looks a little uneven, that someone's giving and someone's a little more skeptical in this relationship, or someone wants to give and is concerned the other one won't want to, so they might hold back. And we do have this the sense of making a start, the concern that it could be causing a conflict, or the fact that somebody's holding back and not taking a chance. That in and of itself is causing a conflict and question, excuse me, and confusion. The nature of kind of holding back and somebody not wanting to take a risk, that in and of itself has caused an undercurrent of, excuse me, conflict for the two of you. And I think that communication is really difficult because this is another reading where I'm having like, throat chakra stuff. So, okay, let's see. Virgo Libra, you are in the energy of the Queen of Wands. Beautiful, beautiful. You see your person as the Hermit. So they may be retreating, they may be evolving, they may be in self-reflection, but they may also just be very quiet from you. You feel about them the Temperance card. So you feel very spiritually connected to this person. There's no doubt. Pardon me, there's no doubt that you feel spiritually connected to this person. For those of you that resonates with, two very spiritual cards. You see them as the Hermit. You feel about them the Temperance card. They are in the energy of the Hanged Man. Yep. We said that they were in the Fool, and someone was in the Fool of reverse, which is not really being overly eager to make a move. So they are definitely in a holding pattern. They see you as building, coming forward, making things happen. Queen of Wands and building and creating. They see you maybe as business-oriented, entrepreneurial. They, I think, almost admire you. They feel about you that they might want to communicate, that maybe some text came into them recently from you. Maybe you had a banter, maybe you had an exchange recently. We're going to clarify what they think or feel about that, but they definitely have felt the communication and the reach out from you recently. The collective energy is the Page of Swords. So yeah, that would also align with that there could have been a recent communication. There could be a need to get to the truth. The two of you may have a mystery shroud over this relationship, and nobody's coming forward to really clarify that. Maybe when you talk on a superficial level. The obstacle would be either that you can't go back and see the pure intention that once was, that it's been, again, shrouded by other experiences, negative, or just challenging, and time has passed, and maybe it's hard to get back to that innocent place. The other possibility is, as a challenge, one of you might have a lot of nostalgia around this that's getting you caught up in maybe an unrealistic view of what's possible here. the advice would be there does need to be some communication. There does need to be some clarity. There definitely needs to be some clarity, okay? The potential outcome in this situation is that somebody might be seeking other opportunities. Somebody might be turning their back for now as they're pursuing their goals and trying to make things happen. You may both be trying to make things happen. The bottom of the deck energy being the Page of Cups, which I pulled out earlier, which is maybe though somebody does want to come forward, make an apology, get back to, some innocence around this. I guess they probably question if it's going to be rejected or if it would be accepted. You seem to have stronger feelings about the person. You seem to have stronger feelings about the person in terms of ones that don't shift as much, although they're very dug in with the Hanged Man. I mean, I think that's a definite stalemate energy versus hugely insightful energy, although there is a chance for some of you that if you're seeing them as the Hermit and they're going off and they're being introspective and maybe they're evolving, that that they are with the Hanged Man energy. So what's happening here with you in the Queen of Wands energy? Knight of Cups. Wanting to make an offer, wanting to come together, wanting to reconcile. I mean, there's a side of you that, despite everything that's gone down, and despite the fact that it can sometimes be a burden, you would not mind, offering something light, maybe just kind of reconnecting. It doesn't have to be a big deal. You would come forward and you could actually see yourselves chatting, talking. I think you're nervous about it at the same time. I just feel like you could be nervous about it at the same time. You see them as the Hermit. Why is that? They're off to a new start. They're embarking on a new path, and you're not on their radar. That's what I feel. Like you feel that if you did extend this cup, as in the Knight of Cups, they might be remaining stubborn about it. This could be from your past experience with them. This is based on knowledge. I don't think it's based on insecurity. Though you feel about them Temperance, the Lovers, and the Nine of Cups. You really feel they could be a soulmate. Temperance, by many people's standards, is another love and soulmate card, a spiritual connection. And you also feel Lovers for them, and you also feel that they, could be your wish come true. I don't know, you might be being overly nostalgic about that. Let's see. So they're in the Hanged Man. What are they doing in the Hanged Man? Wow, yeah, they're on a break because they have been hurt and they're in conflict. They may even be in conflict with themselves. So it's safer for them to just kind of retreat and not put anything forward right now, focus on other things. They see you as building. You may confuse them. They may see you as the Queen of Pentacles that has a lot of choices, but that could be confusing to them. They may not be clear about you. They have experienced you being not necessarily impulsive, but you might have recently reached out with a bunch of texts or communication that you've kind of put energy their way. So they feel that way about you. That's kind of stimulating, and they could release the burden, but they still feel like they're not clear on something. They might be watching from behind the scenes, but they're not clear on something and they're not coming forward to clarify. I see your person is too vulnerable feeling to come forward to clarify. They're trying to drop the burden and maybe cut something out. Yeah, they're wondering if this is in their best interest, and yet they do see you as trying to make a new offer, maybe start again by the recent communication. The energy between the two of you, though, is you both have a suspicion about each other with the Page of Swords, both kind of Hanged Man again, and Ten of Swords. So you're both staying stuck because neither of you wants to get hurt again. Six of Cups being an obstacle. Now we've got the Eight of Wands in the reverse. So yeah, it's hard to get back to the pure feeling. And we've got the Three of Pentacles again. No communicating, no building. That is an obstacle. You both kind of retreated to your corners. Advice being the Ace of Swords to try and clarify. Get in there, communicate. Ace of Swords, Ace of Swords. Somebody needs to cut through the crap, get the pure intentions back, connect on what you used to connect on. That's going to be an interesting challenge. I don't see your person budging on that. One or both of you feels like this was a missed opportunity of a potential major connection, and that's been hurtful. The potential outcome of one or both of you turning their back. Somebody or both of you is probably trying to work on your work or work on your marriage or work on your family, work on where you know you can get outcomes, prosperity, abundance. Placing your eggs in a basket that's more reliable than probably this relationship. And yet there was this under the deck energy of the Page of Cups. You know, this wanting to apologize, this romantic connection. 4-4. Four of Pentacles, Four of Swords. So stability and calm and healing and solitude is a big factor before anybody could come together. There's question if somebody would be victorious, so they're holding back. I don't know if this could bring me victory, so they're holding back. I think you are too. I think you're both not wanting to be too vulnerable. And feeling kind of, excuse me, I can't really speak in this reading as well. Feeling like you might have been burnt in the past. Excuse me. So we'll take a couple Mystic Moon oracles on your side and a couple on their side. Family. And material world. Yeah, I think right now, Virgo Libra, you're probably investing where you feel you have the best return, which is building from a work perspective. That's why you're sitting in the Queen of Wands. That's why you're wanting to invest in family for some reason. For many of you, I don't think this person is your immediate family. I think you have your family of your own, whether you're single or married or whatever you are, or have extended family that you're thinking about. I think you are thinking that other people might be better served by your attention or need your attention. Maybe, you know, maybe right now. Oh, jeez. That was not good. Too many. So what is a message or two for them? Mask. Oh gosh, nothing's staying in my hands, so I'm feeling like things might be a little slippery right now. And Guide. Interesting. And you saw the person as the Hermit. So I think that they're, to some degree, when they're talking to you, they may be someone who is masking how they really feel. Obviously, they feel vulnerable. They are masking how they feel, but they may be going within to do more introspection and figure themselves out a little bit. So, you know, I do think that's potentially what's going on. When they talk to you, they probably put on a bit of a facade. I mean, you can't crack the code on the person right now. Maybe you could in the past, but they're very quick to put up a facade. When they talk to you, it's going to be very hard to get through that veneer and into their feelings. You would have to spend a little bit of time together, and maybe the timing is just wrong. So I'm going to just pull a couple twin flame messages from Mystic Moon. These are both Mystic Moon decks. One is the Oracle, and one is the twin flame messages. Your intensity frightens and allures me all at the same time. I can still feel you. Pull one more. I'm reminded of you constantly. Wow. So If you were wondering if your person does have feelings, despite the fact that they aren't revealing them or feel too vulnerable to reveal them or have retreated, maybe have turned their back in a couple of ways, um, they do feel your intensity, and they also, I think, feel are telepathically connected to you. Your intensity is something that can scare them, but draws them in magnetically at the same time. They still feel you, and they're constantly reminded of you. So don't question it. And maybe if you're feeling that you do resonate with that, it gives you the, I guess, confidence you need to kind of release to the universe a little bit on this one and let the timing take care of itself. Um, I think the advice is to clarify something. And I don't know if you need to clarify it within yourself. Sometimes you don't have to clarify it externally. But the advice, Ace of Swords, is that something does need to be clarified here. Maybe you need to go back into childhood. Maybe there's childhood issues afoot about relationships that you need to explore. That once you're able to do that, it's going to positively impact how you feel about relationship and maybe even this relationship. So that's what I'm getting, Virgo Libra. I hope this was in some way helpful. And if you like it, and please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Share it with somebody you think should hear it. And I will see you again soon. Thanks and Happy New Year.